Could you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, my name is Mary Reiser, and I'm the executive director here at Narconon.
So what's that?
Narconon, we're a drug recovery program, and we're a drug recovery program that works. We have a 70% success rate, which means for 2 years after people graduate the program, we follow them up, and 70% of them remain clean. We can get people off drugs, which is pretty easy, but we can keep them off drugs, and we can teach them to stay off drugs for the rest of their lives.
What do you mean the people who are dependable on drugs? So it's what? What kind of drug? What is it? Coca, marijuana, heroin? What's that?
Okay, cocaine, marijuana, heroin, you named them. Vicodin, hash, any drug that's out there on the street. Right now we're getting a lot of methamphetamine and crack cocaine and some heroin.
Okay, just could you explain us, please, how do you heal them?
How do we get them off drugs?
No, let me explain. Do you use some medicine, or you just convince them?
No.
Or you have a method?
Neither. Okay. When a person uses drugs, he's trying to feel good. And the drug is doing something that the body normally would do on its own. Like if we eat right and we exercise, our body produces certain chemicals and we feel good. Now when you get off a drug, your body forgets how to do what it's supposed to do on its own, and it starts craving the drug. It's very difficult under those circumstances to just tell somebody, stop using the drug. They're in agony. So we help them get through the cravings with the sauna exercise program, where they actually sweat out the drug residues and they get vitamins. And the vitamins help build back the body because there has been some destruction in the process of taking the drugs. They sweat every single day for about 3 weeks. There's a nurse there and they get medical permission to do it. And once they do that, they feel really clear-headed. They're not craving anymore. And then we can say, okay, here's how you stay off drugs. Here's what you do to stay off drugs. And they learn life skills. Then we teach them the life skills.
Tell us, let's imagine, I like the heroin, so I like to shot myself every day. And I decided to quit. What should I do? I'm going to you and...
Well, first we'd have an interview, because probably the reason you like heroin at this point is the thought of getting off of it is misery. So we have an interview, and I let you know it's not going to be as difficult as you think it will be. And we lay out what's going to happen.
If I don't pass this interview, you'll kick me off?
Well, you have to want to get clean. Otherwise, there's no point in being here. Usually something happens in somebody's life. They lose a marriage, they lose a job, some of them lose everything, and there's a wake-up call, and the pain of what's going on in their life is worse than the pain of withdrawal, and they say, oh my God, I've got to stop. It usually is something like that, because stopping drugs is so difficult, most people aren't going to do it unless something bad happens. So we don't even have people that come in here and say, well, maybe I'll get off heroin, maybe I won't. That's not how it is. Usually their families have dragged them in, or they've come in because this is their last hope. They're afraid they're going to go out and overdose, and they're ready. Even though they know it's going to be difficult, they are ready.
What age of people who comes here?
18 to 65. All ages. You know, grandmothers. I've met grandmothers doing crack cocaine.
And finally they decided to...
Finally they decide to stop. I've met grandmothers who were school teachers doing crack cocaine, who wound up in jail because they had to steal to support their habit. All different kinds of people, and 18-year-old kids who, you know, maybe they're coming because their parents say, well, you can't have the car, you can't live here anymore.
Do they pay for this?
Yeah.
How much?
Well, actually per day, it turns out to be about $100 per day. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because it's different prices because it takes a different amount of time.